It's your boy Paul Khadar back again with another interesting video. So here are all the other approaches that you can take to fix anxiety. So the first approach will be obviously animal assisted therapy. And this is essentially just, you have a pet or you have like a family pet or a family's friend's pet or your neighbor's pet, maybe a dog, a cat, whatever. And you just basically, essentially, you try to interact with this pet. Usually dogs are the best for this because, like, dogs actually like us. Cats just run away from us, probably make us more anxious. But essentially, you could go to, like, more professional settings where they can cater to you. But I think essentially, if you have like a friend's pet or if you have your own pet, interact with that pet, stroke it, give it some love, and it will show you that love back. And that love that it shows you back will essentially just somehow, in one way, shape, or form, reduce your anxiety. So genuinely, I do believe this one is a great one. I would say in times of like when I'm low and stuff like that, and when I was around like my friend's pet, he had a dog. I would always feel like a lot better, like especially like when we used to like go to the chicken shop and then we'd bring like chicken home and the dog would just be like wagging his tail and like just standing around me like wanting food, and then I'd give him a bone and he'd chew it, and then he'd just always be staring at me and like coming close to me. It's just a great feeling, and I wouldn't trade that for like a lot of things, because who doesn't like a connection you've made with like a pet or like a human thing, like an actual living thing, not a human, an animal, like a living thing, a living creature. Who would not like that? I liked it, and I truly do believe it will help you. But if you're not like an animal lover or anything like that, then probably stay away from this. The next thing on my list, guys, is music therapy. Now, I know I spoke about like music and the music you listen to is probably causing you anxiety. And yes, this may be the case, but there are songs, there are music playlists, there are so many different like, frequency songs that are out there that are actually healing and can actually improve your mood, reduce anxiety, like increase confidence, etc. Put you in a more relaxed state. So go find those songs. Like, literally, I'll recommend one to you now, like 777 frequency, or just go listen to like some instrumental beats, like chill lo-fi hip hop instrumental beats on YouTube. But usually like the best type of sounds to listen to, like music wise, would be like not necessarily music, but like just listening to like rain or like waterfall, or just listening to like the rustling of leaves or birds singing. Like usually the most like natural things are the most relaxing. Obviously sitting down and like listening to like birds whistling for like an hour won't be easy, because obviously our minds are like so stimulated by like so many of the things that we like listen to in today's day and age. Can I blame you? No, it's not really your fault. Obviously technology is becoming more advanced and our screens are getting bigger and there's so much more content online. So it is hard to like separate from all these things and like actually, just be relaxed and listen to, non degenerate music. The next thing on my list, guys, is art therapy. So art therapy is essentially where you just go crazy and you just tap into your creative side. So this could be like drawing, essentially drawing, most likely. And with this, obviously, you can, go as wild as you want. Draw anything you want. Draw the sun, draw your family. Just go like whatever pops into your mind. Just draw this thing, and just focus on what you're doing. I would, obviously, I would say just try to draw things that are more positive, so that obviously you can have this like positive vision in your mind, and therefore decreasing anxiety. Like it's like common sense, guys. I've personally not really tried this one in a while. I haven't drawn in like such a long time, but I would heavily recommend this. Every time I have drawn in the past, I always feel like relaxed, I feel like time's going slow, and it's just amazing. Like it's a good feeling. I just feel comfortable and relaxed, and I'm just focusing on the thing I'm drawing, and I'm just taking my time, and it's just I'm just connecting with myself essentially whilst I'm drawing. That's how I feel anyway. I feel like I'm just connecting with myself. So genuinely, I would highly recommend art therapy. The next thing on my list is progressive muscle relaxation. So essentially, you are just tensing and then relaxing muscle groups. So this could be, working out in the gym, or you could just literally be sitting down and just, tense your biceps for like 5 seconds, and then release the stress from there. Tense the other bicep, 10 seconds, release the stress from there, and you could repeat that, or essentially wherever you have like tense muscles, just well, you could have tense, it could not be tense. It's just about just going through every part of your body and, tensing it for like a short amount of time and then releasing that pressure from there. And then it's essentially like breathing when you deep it, because when you breathe, you put the pressure by breathing in, and then you release the pressure by breathing out. So that could even be a form of muscle pressure, progressive muscle reaction relaxation. Such a mouthful, but genuinely, guys, like doing this as well will really help, especially if you get like muscle spasms, because then you're more taking like proactive control over these muscle groups. So I would say like start from head to toe. Could even like some people know how to like clench. I think clench their nose, like cheek muscles, anywhere like your jaws, close like your eyes, your forehead. Just all these areas can like be released of pressure, well, can be pressurized then released of the pressure, and it actually really helps, I would say, like obviously to improve or increase blood flow in these areas. And yeah, so genuinely try this out. If it doesn't work for you, do more research on it, but I truly do believe this will help with your anxiety. The next thing on my list is visualization and also guided imagery. So this is essentially just using mental images to promote relaxation. So I have actually made quite a similar video to this, where I said like negative visualization, where you have negative thoughts in your mind and you think of the worst case scenario, and now you think of the ways to combat or to find solutions to fix this issue or problems or stress that you're worrying about in your mind. And okay, so it is quite similar. So negative visualization, because then when you realize after what the worst case scenario is, you tend to realize that it's not that bad. So I'll give you an example because you might not have watched that video. So essentially, if let's say if your manager at work is being mean to you or disrespectful, and the next day you want to speak out on it, but you're afraid that you're gonna get fired. These things might happen in your mind. So in your mind, just like proactively think, okay, what's the worst thing that's gonna happen? Worst case scenario, you probably speak out on it and you get fired. You'll probably just find a better job, and most likely that job will probably treat you better, and you won't have like disrespectful staff, etc. As opposed to, you know, just worrying about the thing and stressing constantly. This will probably just make the situation worse, or will make it literally will make the situation worse, because worrying is not fixing the solution, it's not fixing the problem. However, thinking about the worst case scenario and then realizing, okay, if I get fired, so what, I'll probably find a better job that treats me right, and I don't need to like keep going through this disrespect. Or worst case scenario, or best case scenario, I go to work, speak out on it, and now no one treats me disrespectfully anymore. So it's just like, assessing the final result of what could happen if you made this change or if you spoke out on it, and yeah, just essentially acting on it eventually. But in this case, for this specific thing, so it's visualization and guided imagery. This could just essentially be like, if you're listening, so let's coincide this with the music one. So if you're listening to like rainfalls in your mind, you could have like rain droplets in your mind. Like as you close your eyes, you could have like literal rain in your head as your eyes are closed, like just dropping. Or you could just be on a beach somewhere, just thinking positive things. In your mind you could have you hugging your mum, or whatever you find fun to you, or like pleasurable or positive, like a positive experience. Just basically think of that thing, and that will essentially put you in a more relaxed state and reduce your anxiety. It's a little bit of a difficult one, because if you're someone that worries a lot in your mind, it might be difficult to like put positive thoughts in your mind. But I think obviously try the same way, like sometimes when you find it hard to sleep, you push yourself and then eventually you sleep. It's the same way, you just keep putting positive thoughts in your mind, and if the negative thoughts come, remember, just take a deep breath, allow the negative thought to happen, and then obviously it will go away eventually, and then try to think more positive thoughts. Literally tell yourself, like, think happy thoughts. It's work for me. Like, I literally tell myself in like stressful moments, like, think happy thoughts, or even in times of like temptation, and then I take a deep breath and I just keep repeating that, and then I actually think of happy thoughts, and literally I just feel a lot better. It's a weird trick. Like, I know you might feel dumb or like silly for doing it the first couple times, but trust me, it works, and I would heavily recommend that for you. The next thing on my list, guys, is self-help books and resources. So resources like watching this video, obviously I'm giving you tips on how to improve your anxiety, and what things you can do to actually genuinely fix it. So self-help books as well. There's so many books out there that specifically target mindfulness and decreasing stress, like Unstressables by Mo Gaudat. And there's just so many books out there, and if you could read these types of books, like even Atomic Habits, it teaches you about breaking bad habits and building good habits. And obviously by doing this, you're more likely to reduce anxiety because you have better habits. It's just logical. Like, don't ask me, it's just logical. So genuinely, I do believe, obviously, reading self-help books can better improve your knowledge, and with having this knowledge in mind, you can then act on it and reduce your anxiety naturally. At the end of the day, guys, you're not perfect. You haven't, like, if you have anxiety and you stress, like a lot of anxiety symptoms, that means you've just not worked. You've not leveled up the skill of confidence, of self-belief, of breathing. Like, all these things you need to level up the skill in, and then eventually you'll become like an average, and then anxiety won't really affect you as much. Like, you'll still get anxious, but like it will just be more of a thing that you can control and laugh it off, as opposed to worrying, stressing, getting muscle spasms, panicking, etc., etc., because you don't deserve that. Have some support groups. So this is the next thing: support groups, and also sharing your experiences with other people who have similar issues. So I did make a video about this, talking about like support groups or having someone to talk to. Like I said, I will be bringing out a Discord community server, so definitely, guys, check that out. And I hopefully will be releasing it in tomorrow's video, and it will just be in the link, like in the description, or also the first link at the top of my page. Genuinely, having a support group and people that you can talk to, mainly people that you can trust, will massively like improve and reduce your anxiety logically, because you have someone you're opening up to, speaking to. At the end of the day, like, socializing with other people reduces anxiety in general, but also sharing similar experiences with people that have, especially if they've gone through types of things that you go through, it's just like nice to like, oh, okay, you're normal, you're a human being as well. Oh, you experience the same things I do. So maybe what I'm going through is not as bad as it seems, and maybe I could actually start improving it. Maybe anxiety is not an issue for me. And then you just start getting these like better thoughts, and then eventually all those negative thoughts start like clearing away. You will occasionally still get negative thoughts, and you will occasionally do stupid things, or you won't be able to control your body in certain like scenarios. That's absolutely fine. At the end of the day, when things like that do arise, you know what the problem is. You have like now an example of when your anxiety is out of control. Sorry, guys, like my voice is just bear with. So genuinely, just work on like speaking to as many people as possible. If possible, find like a support group, join my community, Patreon, speak to me. But make sure like you socialize and you're doing it as actively as possible. And just remember that this is a skill that can be, unlearned. So it's like almost like if you, let's say you communicate with a lot of people for like 5 weeks straight, like every day you're talking to like a lot of different people for 5 weeks straight. After the 5 weeks, you're going to be good at speaking to people. Great. If you stop doing this for 5 weeks and you separate yourself from everyone in the world, when you come back on the streets or when you come back to start speaking to people, you are going to be less likely. And I'm not saying this like I hate speaking with so much like conviction. I don't know everything, guys. Like I'm just speaking from my own experience. But you will tend to lose all those like communication skills, feeling comfortable talking to these people. You might feel weird, like bodily, just you'll get these reactions in your body that will feel a bit like butterflies and stuff like that. So find support groups and people to share your experiences with and open up with, but it has to be with people you can trust, because you don't want to like make your situation worse. You tell someone something and then they go spread it with the wrong person, and now these people are coming to you laughing at you about your situation. These are the wrong types of friends. The good friends support you. They don't laugh at your problems. They support you with your problems and they try to find a solution to fix it. So if you just think of friends in your mind right now and assess which friends support your problem and which friends laugh at your problem. Which friends find you a solution and which friends bring you more problems. And just assess the two and then slowly try to like separate yourself from the people that bring you more problems and don't actually support your or like find a solution to your problem, and actually start seeking the people that one you can trust and actually find a solution for your problem. I know I literally just ranted for like 20 minutes on like support groups. The last thing, guys, spiritual practices, and this is essentially just engaging in spiritual or religious activities for comfort and support. So essentially, I'm a Christian. I truly do believe like, having my love for God and being a Christian man, showing love to other people, loving thyself as I love everyone else, and loving myself, love thy neighbor as you love thyself. Yeah, so loving other people the same way I love myself, and also like seeking God first and etc. etc. Like just having a spiritual connection. One, like most people don't realize they have a spirit, and you can level up this spirit, like your spiritual side of things. Like it's not all just about like physical things. Like at the end of the day, you need to work on your spirit. And if your spirit becomes like impure, yes, these, like it's almost like the more you decrease, or the more you make your spirit worse or like unholy or dirty, the more your spirit is dirty, the more your spirit will start to make your physical side and also your mental side or dirty or unholy. So if you just keep working on your spirit, making your spirit holy, like seeking out that a higher presence. I don't know, like some people are Muslims. Like I'm not here to like convert everyone to a Christian. I'm just here to say like seek your higher power, seek God if possible, whoever God represents to you. Obviously it would be great to like, if you don't know or you don't believe in anything, it would be great to be like, oh, okay, come join me on my Christian endeavor. But like genuinely, I can't like sit here and like force people. All I can do is say, I'm a Christian man. This is the life I live. And if you want to follow this type of life, like of being a Christian man, then absolutely. If not, like at least think about it and go do your own research. But I truly do believe like, seeking and engaging in spiritual or religious studies or activities for comfort and support. Because usually, like, let's say if you was in like like a genuine, because there's so many like fake Christian churches and stuff like that. But let's say you was in like a genuine, good Christian community of people. everyone there would, show you love, communicate with you, hug you, embrace you. This is the type of love you want from like a community, a church, essentially. And obviously, if the teachings of whatever those people believe in, so obviously I'm a Christian, I believe in God and Jesus. If the teachings, most of the teachings in the Bible, sorry, I'm going through my hiccup stage. If the teachings in the Bible, well, most of the teachings in the Bible represent love and like showing love for other people and loving yourself as well and being like selfless, etc. Like basically forgetting the world, forgetting about material things. Like when you come to realize it, like stuff like that are like beautiful. Like, and if you could follow like in the steps of these things, I'm trying to say like less. So if I say like, I'm gonna hit myself. Alright, so and no more so's, guys. No more so's. Following a specific religion that focuses primarily on showing love and being less being less selfish and more selfless. I think personally, you're just going to reduce your anxiety. You're more likely to, because you're just being less, obviously focus on yourself, but, caring, showing, showing that love for other people and then getting it back from other people as well is just so, like phenomenal returns. And I don't think anything can be like having a community of people that show love for each other and get that love shown back to them. If you grew up having that type of love every single day, the chances of you watching this video or needing to like fix your anxiety would be slim to none, because you would have had that love given to you every single day. And I think showing love and getting love back, given back to you, is so important. And if, as a community of people, if we can get that more often, we will reduce our anxiety massively. Depression, stress, nothing will like be able to defeat us. We'll have so much more confidence. At the end of the day, like the reason I make this purpose, the reason I make these videos or have this as like a product or a service to you guys is because I want to improve your confidence. I want to improve your self-belief. Not so you can be selfish, but more so you can show this love to other people. At the end of the day, if you want to show love to people when you love yourself. You don't want to show love to people when you don't love yourself, because that love that you show to them, it won't be whole. It will just be like a semicircle. You want to give love when you can give unconditionally, like as much as you can, pouring your heart. You don't want to give love when you can just give like 20% or like 10%, because then it's not the full thing. It's almost like, let's say you have like a supplement and let's say it has 1,000 mgs in it and your body needs 1,000 mgs, but you cut the supplement in half and then you cut it in half again and you just ate that little piece. Like, that's essentially, the supplement's only going to give you that tiny piece of whatever you needed in your system, but your body will still require the rest, like the other 3 pieces. So that's essentially what you're doing to yourself when you're not like firstly showing love. So basically, in a sense, I know this might sound stupid, but be selfish for a bit to the point where you can actually be selfless. I know that kind of doesn't make sense, but be selfish to yourself so much, like love yourself so much, take care of yourself so much to a point that you feel comfortable in your own skin. You love yourself now that you can share this love with other people. You can share this gift that you've given yourself to other people. So don't be selfish. I feel like selfish is a bad word to use, but love yourself first, unconditionally. Find that love in yourself. And then the greatest fulfillment is sharing that love with other people. Because it's hard to share love when there is no love. So that's why I try to like create in you guys. That's why I tell you like breathe, find these support groups, because it's all these things, as you implement them, you are increasing your love for yourself. You are increasing the care that you have for yourself. You are loving yourself, putting yourself first, essentially, so you can teach other people how to do that. The people that are broken, the people that are, going through anxiety, depressed, stressed. I had to show myself love to be able to teach you guys, oh, this is what I learned. This is my personal experience. So hopefully someone has found some value. I feel like my brain is so dead today. Sorry guys, genuinely. Um, I'm just so like, I feel lethargic, but nothing was going to stop me from bringing this video out. So genuinely, hopefully someone has found some value in this video, and let me know in the comments down below if you would like any types of content, like, speaking about something specific. It could be like, oh, could you make a video about how the animal assisted therapy works, or could you give me a video about support groups? So genuinely just let me know. Or if you want, more in-depth information about something more specific, then don't worry guys, Discord community will be coming out soon, and we can always have like one-on-one conversations. There will also be other people there that you can speak to in the general chat. So thank you guys so much for listening, and it's been your boy Khadar. Love you guys all.